Thank you so much, Pep. I'm so honored to be with you today and to talk with you. I'm going to begin with an interesting statistic that I would like for you to think about. Would it surprise you to know that according to the National Center on Drug Abuse, the number of meth addicts who remain sober at least 3 years after treatment hovers around 12%? Yeah, I said 12%. I made myself part of that 12%, and I'm going to share a little bit of my story with you today. It started with an alcohol addiction when I was about 16 years old, and that progressed into a meth addiction into my 20s. I was shooting meth by the time I was 24 years old. I spent most of my 20s in and out of jail, and I finally hit the big time when I got federally indicted in January of 2011. For conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine. I was living with my drug dealer boyfriend and selling drugs and running money. The federal government wanted to give me 10 years in prison because I wouldn't cooperate. That is when things got very real for me. I guess you could say that I understood what was important in life at that point. I took every class that I possibly could in county jail, and I shaved my head for kids with cancer, and I also got together with another group inside the county jail, and we wrote a book, and it was geared towards helping kids make better choices, not make the same bad choices that we had made. A year later, when I finally went to sentencing, my judge could see that I had changed. I was no longer the indignant criminal who was fighting my case, but I was actually a woman who was finally taking responsibility for the things that I had done. My judge sentenced me to 63 months in prison that day instead of 120, which was huge. I don't know if there's very many people that were grateful the day that they got sentenced to federal prison, but I was, because I knew it was a gift and I knew that it was my second chance. I continued on my journey through prison, and they took me off the compound to speak to groups of juveniles as well as kids who were in college. And it was such a great opportunity for me to share a little bit of my story and make some impact. I also completed a 9-month-long drug rehabilitative program while I was in federal prison that definitely changed my life. It helped me learn the skills that I needed to live a life drug and alcohol free. Release came early and fast for me in September of 2013. When I was released, I had absolutely nothing. I had clothes on my back. My parents had bought a few things for me, but it wasn't a lot. And I was referred to Dress for Success, which was one of the biggest moments since I was released at that point, because when I walked in, I actually wasn't judged. It was the first time that I felt like I wasn't being judged for being a criminal or living in a halfway house. And that was a good feeling. They gave me an interview outfit that day, and they also paired me up with a career coach, and she helped me with my resume. But one of the coolest things that she helped me with was she helped me discover what my personal brand was. And that day I discovered that it was giving back and helping to others, which is something that I didn't know prior to that day. Anyways, a month after release, I got a good job because of their help. It wasn't smooth sailing for me, though. I lived in a halfway house, and the women that I lived with, they were making bad choices. They were coming home drunk most days, and one of them was selling meth. And it was a very pivotal moment in my life of, do I continue on this journey that I've gone my whole life, something that I know well, because I know it, or do I go to the unknown, and do I do something that I have no idea where this road is going, and it's super scary. Well, I took a chance. I joined Dress for Success's professional women's group and sought out women who I thought were amazing and respected, and I befriended them. I wanted them to be my mentor. I identified very quickly that the people that I wanted to be like didn't do the things I did. And if I wanted to be different, I was going to have to do something different and be around amazing women. So I stopped hanging around with losers, and the women that I hang out with were legit. I'm excited to share with you that a year and a half ago, I got an even better job because of Dress for Success and the connections that I made through the group. I am now a catering manager and event planner for a local nonprofit culinary job training program and we help women get employed in the food service industry. And the amazing part about that is that I get to give back some of what I've been given, and I get to do it every day, it's amazing. I also started college this year after dropping out in the 10th grade. It feels good to finally be able to tell people what I want to be when I grow up. I'm studying nonprofit management, and I hope to land a role in development one day. I also have another new identity since release from prison. I trained for and ran my first marathon last year, and so now I can call myself a runner. I just keep trying to fit in with groups of people who are making good life choices. And amazing things just keep happening to me because of that. So today I can stand here and tell you that I am part of that 12% of addicts that make it out and stay clean. And it's because of amazing programs like Dress for Success and the amazing women that have mentored me and been a part of my life and helped me through this journey, because it's been the hardest thing that I've ever done. And I don't know exactly what the future holds for me, but I really know that it's going to be big.